Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to IAG Live. I'm your host, Andrew Scott, and I am coming at you all the way from City of Dreams, Sri Lanka, in Colombo, Sri Lanka. Yes, I'm sitting here in the very corner of the Crystal Lounge. Lovely surroundings here, and I'll be talking a little bit about COD Sri Lanka in this broadcast, let you know my findings on the place and just some commentary on it generally. But before we get into that, as always, our intrepid studio producer from a 3 a.m. Spain, Oscar Guiaro. Coming in, Oscar.
Hello, how are you?
How's Spain, Oscar?
It's okay, a bit chill. That's the
I
opposite.
heard it was cold.
Yeah, and it's still really cold. Yeah.
The opposite to last time when we were speaking to you, you were in Spain. It was so hot.
Yeah, so just reverse. The opposite poles.
Very nice. Yeah, well, it's nice, and it's actually very pleasant here in Sri Lanka. Very, very nice. Blue sky, sunny day, not too hot, but very pleasant. So very nice here. But I'll be heading to the UAE next week, so the temperature's going to get ratcheted up. It's always hot in the UAE.
Okay, yeah. It looks like a lovely day. Yeah, it's just behind you.
Yeah, it is. I'm sitting right in the corner of the Crystal Lounge, which is the breakfast area. In fact, why don't we give the viewers a bit of a sense of that? I've taken a short video just moments ago. I took a video of my walk up to where I am sitting right now. Oscar, are you in a position to be able to play that for the viewers?
Yes, give me some seconds and I will play it.
Sure, take your time, Oscar. And while we're waiting for Oscar to cue that up, we should mention that Oscar is in Spain because of ICE, and we'll be talking about that later in the broadcast as well. So, Oscar, just take your time, and I have a nice cup of Ceylon tea here. Sri Lanka, very famous for its tea, of course. So I've been drinking tea rather than coffee while I've been here, and it's been very, very nice indeed. We good to go, Oscar? There we go. You've started in the middle of the video there, Oscar.
Yeah, I was playing. Yeah, I go back.
There we go. So this is the lobby on the 25th floor of the Cinnamon Life Tower, or whatever the name of the building is. City of Dreams, the building as a whole. And this is the Crystal Lounge where the breakfast buffet is. As you can see the name there. And this is just a walk down to where I am sitting right now. And this is the view. That's a little party area over there on the roof of the other building. That's also part of City of Dreams. Lovely lounge here. Great views all around. Great water views, beach views. Very, very nice indeed. And that table in the very corner there is where I am sitting right now.
Oh.
Let it run through, Oscar, as I spin around and show the room looking back.
It's amazing.
So if you come here, it's nice, isn't it? The City of Dreams.
Very awesome sites.
Yeah, all of that area there, and there's pool decks and so forth. That's all part of City of Dreams, Sri Lanka. It's very luxurious. There, thanks for that, Oscar. All right. Well, maybe we'll flick back to we'll talk about the stories of the week. And well, actually, stories of the 2 weeks, because we haven't done a broadcast for 2 weeks, because last Friday I was indisposed and Ben was on a plane flying to Spain. And we've recently had the ICE gaming show in Barcelona. It was on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday this week. And unfortunately, I was not able to make it. Very last minute, something happened where I was required to stay in Melbourne a bit longer than expected. And I just flew. Now, what is it, Friday now? I flew on Wednesday from Melbourne. The last day of ICE was the day that I finally was able to travel. But we had a big team there at ICE. We had Oscar, and we also had Ben Blashke, our managing editor, Jason Ho, our VP of Sales and BD, and we had Hannah Stewart, the editor of Complete iGaming, our sister publication, Complete iGaming, focusing on the iGaming industry in the Americas and Asia Pacific. And of course, we had Corey Roberts, who is COO and CTO, not only of IAG, but of our sister publication, CDC Gaming in the US. So it was a great team we had there at ICE. We'll talk a little bit about that later. So they held the fort and did a great job in my absence. But I'm back on the road now, as you can see, enjoying myself here in Sri Lanka. And tomorrow night I'll be flying to the UAE, but more about that later. Okay, into the news of the week, of the last 2 weeks. So let's fly through some of these, Oscar. So here was a great piece of news. Craig Fullalove, a great friend of IAG's, was named CFO of Wynn Resorts. He's currently the CFO of, see a popular story there, 2.6K views to 2,600 views of that story. And I've known Craig for well over 10 years, and actually knew him when we were doing some work together down in Vietnam at Ho Tran many years ago. And he's carved out a great role for himself as CFO of Wynn Macau Limited. And now with the departure of Julie Cameron-Doe, the CFO of the parent company Wynn Resorts, Craig will be taking up that role. So congratulations to Craig, a very popular appointment, and good job by him. And Wynn has done very well for itself there. All right, let's move on to the next one, Oscar. Please excuse my odd cough. I just thought I'd give a little plug to one of our great clients, Light and Wonder. They had a great show at ICE in Spain on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, and they had a big team there. And just thought I'd use this story as a reminder, really, for me to mention Light and Wonder's presence there at ICE, and they had a fantastic show. And actually, after the UAE, I will be heading to London, and I will be meeting up with the CEO of Light and Wonder's iGaming division, Simon Johnson, who's a popular figure. So congratulations to Light and Wonder. And actually, I'll be heading on beyond that to Boston and the US, and then ultimately to Las Vegas. Who knows, Maps? I'll catch up with Light and Wonder CEO Matt Wilson when I'm there, if he's available. Let's see. All right, let's move on to the next one, Oscar. Yeah, I thought this was interesting. Hoiana, talking about phase 2, going to have 1,000 hotel rooms, a second golf course with a training academy on top of their already excellent golf course. Now, I have to admit, it is very remiss of me. All these years, I have not got to Hoiana yet. It is definitely on my to-do list for this year. So to Alan Teo, the CEO there, and David Jordan as well, another very popular industry executive, both there at Hoiana. I am on the way sometime this year, maybe June, July, something like that. But it's in the books, and I will enjoy going to Hoiana. I know Jadeson went there recently, so that was fantastic. So congratulations to Hoiana, and they seem to be going okay in a post Sun City world. All right, okay, next one, Oscar. Yeah, I just thought I'd mention this one. Tinian suspending payments to the members of the Commonwealth or the CCC or whatever it's called there, Commonwealth Gambling Commission or whatever. Yeah, and it looks like this is all CNMI, of course, the Commonwealth of Northern Marianas Islands, 3 main islands there, Saipan, Tinian and Rota. And looks like the Tinian property not going so well, and we know that obviously the Saipan property has not gone well. Looks like the regulator's essentially being disbanded there. Yeah, so that is not good. The Tinian Casino Gaming Control Commission no longer to receive annual compensation, and also the regulator, main regulator for CNMI as well. So everything falling apart there is in the casino industry and CNMI. Now, we've covered this a lot, but if there's anybody in Saipan or the wider CNMI that wants to get in touch with us, tell us a bit about what's going on, we'd love to hear it. But it seems to us here at IAG that pretty much the casino dream at CNMI is dead. So yes, some people tried and it hasn't worked out, and perhaps it'll get resurrected at some point in the future, as these things often do. All right, next one, Oscar. Yeah, this was an interesting story, came out the other day. So PhilWeb, there's some changes afoot at PhilWeb. So PhilWeb has its retail e-games in shops in the Philippines, but also becoming a bit of a B2B provider here in operating the online gaming platform for Hann, the Pigo platform. So congratulations to Hann and to PhilWeb on signing that deal. Scroll down a little bit, Oscar. Is there a picture of the signing ceremony? I think that was another. Yeah, no, that was another. We did a follow-up story, which I haven't got on the list here, which had a picture of the team there. But congratulations on them. And of course, the online gaming sector becoming incredibly important in the Philippines. Operators like Solaire, like Hann, like Newport, Akada, even New Star, La Vie, the New Coast property, and a few more too. And obviously DigiPlus and Casino Plus and so forth up there at Hotel Stotzenberg Casino Plus. All right, on to the next one, Oscar. Big news out of the Philippines. They announced a 14-day visa-free travel for Chinese nationals to try to encourage tourism. So I hope that works, because there has been a real problem in the Philippines with lack of Chinese visitation, and to a lesser extent South Korean visitation too. So hopefully this new policy of the 14-day visa-free will boost the tourism industry. And I think we've got there. Yes, in the story, foreign tourist arrivals to the Philippines down 3% year on year through the first 11 months of 2025. And even 2024 was not the world's greatest year either. So they need to improve the tourism outlook there in the Philippines. All right, next one, Oscar. Yes, look, I just thought I'd put this one up to remind everybody about the IAG Expo this year, September 7 to 9. Oscar, maybe you could flick over to the IAG Expo website and just confirm those dates. Yeah, we did release the official video of the IAG Academy IR Awards from 2025. Great little video, 3 or 4 minute summary. And you can see there the website of the, just scroll up to the top, Oscar, up to the very top, it has the 2026 dates there, right? 7th to the 9th, yeah. And if you're ever wondering when the dates of the IAG Expo are, Oscar, just go over to the more and scroll and go to the future years. You click on future years, and you can scroll down and you can see there the dates for all future years for the IAG Expo. Anyway, back to the story, Oscar. Yeah, so we released the video of that. So if you were there on the night, or you're interested in watching the video, just scroll up. Maybe you can just play a few seconds of the video on mute, Oscar. There's a nice video of the event, and yeah, it was a great night. So that will be happening again this year on the, what is it, the 7th, is it? The let me just check on my calendar here. I think it's the 7th. I know we said the 7th, but is that the Monday or the Tuesday? Let's have a look here. 7th is the Monday. So the MAD will be on Monday the 7th, and the awards will be on the Tuesday, Tuesday the 8th. They're always on the Tuesday night. All right, let's move on, Oscar. What's next? Yeah, so this was our story that we ran just ICE Barcelona starting today. There's a picture of Oscar there on the left and Corey in the middle. It's nice, the best angle possible of Jadeson from behind, and Ben sitting next to him. And we had also not pictured there was Hannah Ganache Stewart. If you want to see a funny picture of Hannah, navigate over to Complete iGaming. In fact, why don't you do that, Oscar? Why don't you just throw in completeigaming.com into a browser window, and we can show the folks our sister publication there covering the iGaming industry in the Americas and the Asia Pacific region. We launched this in January 2025, just in time for ICE last year, the first ever ICE in Barcelona, and this year in January 26 was the second ICE in Barcelona, after, of course, being in London for some 88 years, believe it or not. Complete iGaming, completeigaming.com, Oscar. You're looking for? Just let Oscar. Yeah, no space, Oscar. Just completeigaming.com is the URL. If you type it in Google, it should be number one. There it is. There we go. So there it is. There's Complete iGaming, and that's our sister publication. If you click on Team, then in the middle of the menu there, at the top, you can scroll down and see a funny picture of. Yeah, we put funny pictures of ourselves up for all the pictures. I'll let you guys look at those. There's Hannah with the hat on, going incognito. So there's a picture of Ben next to an eggplant. Scott Long, our associate editor, and Jadeson's down. Funny picture of Jadeson down the bottom. Go down to the very bottom, Oscar. There you go. There's Jadeson wearing a tie. So a younger Jadeson. Anyway, but in all seriousness, if you want to just click on sub, Oscar, if you want to know more about the iGaming industry, just subscribe to this. Very easy to subscribe. Just put in your name and email into completeigaming.com, and so daily newsletter comes out 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. New York time. A lot of American stories, but a fair sprinkling of Asia Pacific stories too. All right, Oscar, let's go back to our stories in IAG. Yeah, so ICE. Before you go on, Oscar, perhaps you could just bring yourself up. And since I wasn't there at ICE and you were, maybe you could give us a few impressions. I heard it was very rainy. Why don't we go for the two-shot, Oscar? Just you and me.
Yeah. It was very rainy.
So how was it? Yeah, tell us a little bit about how it was. How was it, Oscar?
Well, it was cool. I mean, the trade show in itself was as fantastic as last year, maybe even better. It was bigger. It was all packed, feel very lively, a lot of business going on. But yes, the weather didn't accompany us last year. Last year was a fantastic weather. This year was rainy the whole day, so the city was not that packed, and that maybe, I don't know, was better or worse because everybody was more business focused and not less enjoying the city.
Right. I remember last year. I mean, it was cold. But it was clear. It was clear and it was sunny and it was crisp. So it was actually quite nice. As long as you rugged up, as long as you had a jacket on, it was quite nice the weather last time. And it does really put literally a dampener on the show when it's just raining and raining and raining. It was a lot of rain, I heard.
Yeah, very much. Almost non-stop. Especially, I think it was Tuesday. Tuesday was a terrible day. Yes, the whole day, very rain. We were during the show, and everyone received on its mobile a warning, like, be careful, don't get to the shore because there's danger for high waves. And so even the authorities were a little bit concerned about weather.
And as for the show itself, Oscar, I mean, you said it was a little bit bigger. I heard that it was 20% bigger. Did it feel 20% bigger?
Did it feel it? Because last year, maybe you have that feeling of more concentrated crowds. This year, it looks like more wider. You have like more space, but maybe it was just a personal appreciation.
They added one more hall though, didn't they? So that would have spaced everything out a bit more.
Yes. It looked like all more like widespread, not so crowded as last year. But of course, we are talking a very high amount of crowds. It's like maybe just a simple perception, just knowing that there is one more hall.
Well, they claimed that they were expecting 60,000 people to go there. I mean, they have to put the number up every year. I don't know if I believe that number, to be honest. But I mean, certainly, well, let's say 40,000, there must be at least 40,000 there, 50,000, something like that. I mean, it is clearly the biggest gaming show in the world, even bigger than G2E Las Vegas. By an order. Well, I shouldn't say it by an order of magnitude because the mathematicians will tell me I'm wrong, and I am wrong. But it's maybe even double the size of G2, or maybe at least 1.5 to double, let's say. And it is, but it's very, very iGaming focused, isn't it? Almost, not so. It's pretty hard to find land-based stuff there.
Yeah. The land-based is just in 2 halls or 1 hall mostly. The rest is all like payment platforms. Yeah. iGaming, and you can see where is the power coming.
You can, and it's very European. Well, obviously, first of all, it's in Europe, it's in Barcelona, and second of all, Europe is the home of iGaming. It's had iGaming for 30 years. So Asia Pacific region and Americas region, we're big on integrated resorts and we're big on land-based gaming. iGaming obviously is coming to the Americas to an extent. It's legalized. Online casinos are legalized in, I think it's 7 states. There's legalized online sports betting in half of the American states. But there's a lot of upheaval going on in America in iGaming with prediction markets and companies like Kalshi and Polymarket and so forth. So, there's a bit going on in the US, but in Asia, which really just the Philippines. And the chairman was there. Chairman Tengco was there.
Yeah. We had a great interview with him. Very nice.
We'll get to that in a moment. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
He was there, and then it was, of course, for us that we are Asian focused. It was like a superstar for us.
yeah. And he came to our private dinner as well that you were at. We had a nice. We shouldn't say too much about it because it was private, but CMG Complete Media Group held a private dinner. So that was for both IAG, or for IAG, you shouldn't say both, is it's three. IAG, CDC, and Complete iGaming. IAG obviously covering land-based gaming and crossover gaming in the Asia Pacific region. CDC doing the same for the Americas, and CIG doing iGaming only for the Americas and Asia. And we had about, I think, about 25, 30 people at that private dinner, and they were all top people, industry executives, plus our team as well. You were there, so that was a bit of fun, Oscar.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, a nice restaurant, I heard.
Hmm. Yeah, all
I
good.
missed out. Anyway, very
Okay.
good. All right. And when do you get back to Asia, Oscar?
Well, yeah, I will stay one more week here on early next week. On first week of February, I will be there.
You'll be back. Okay. Plenty of time for our first MADs in April.
Okay, yeah.
All right, Oscar, let's move on. Thanks for the commentary on ICE. And we'll move
Thank
on to the
you.
next story. No worries. And then the next, oh, yes, okay. So Thailand, yes. So I put the story in because, it's been a real disappointment what's happened in Thailand. So after what happened in Japan in 2019, 2020, 2021, so forth, that was a disappointment, other than for MGM, which obviously got a great result in Osaka. So there was one shining light there with MGM. Other than that, what happened in Nagasaki was really disappointing. If you want to know about it, go to IAG and Google Nagasaki, it'll all come up. And what happened in Hokkaido was disappointing. What happened in Wakayama was disappointing. And now we kind of have a repeat of that in a way in Thailand. It's all fallen over. And I just want to actually make a little statement here. There's been some criticism of IAG and Galaxy and some of the other companies that tried to do something in Thailand to help things move forward. And I think I would just like to say that it's very easy to criticize, and it's very easy to be destructive, and it's very easy to harp from the sidelines. But when you're actually trying to do something that, constructive, that's a lot harder. And that's what we tried to do. We tried to demonstrate and build some positive media in Thailand about the positive aspects of integrated resorts. I mean, integrated resorts have been fantastic for Singapore. They've been fantastic for Macau. Do they have their problems? Sure, of course they do. But as a net, they're overwhelmingly positive for society. And when we tried to do something to bring that story to Thailand. Now, it hasn't worked on this occasion, and it looks like it's all fallen apart. And I think that's more to do with the Thai political system than a popular opinion necessarily. And now to the point where the Thai parties actually had to drop the policy. So it's right back to square zero for Thailand. But I have no doubt, mark my words, I plant a flag in the ground, there will be large-scale, multi-billion-dollar integrated resorts in Thailand one day. So whether they're in Bangkok or they're in Phuket or Chiang Mai or wherever, or down near Pattaya or whatever it might be, I don't know. But it's a perfect market for it for all sorts of reasons. I've stated those reasons before and won't go into them again now. I won't repeat myself, but it's just a great market. And until they do something to fix their tourism industry, Thailand's going to be in a mess, because their they had probably arguably maybe even the greatest tourism industry in the world, certainly in the top three, I would say. With the visitation, they had a great reputation, and that has been burnt now. And they're basically getting low value tourism only. They're not getting people going there and spending money, and they've lost the China market. So shame for Thailand, but look, it'll come back one day, and when it does, IAG will be ready. All right, on to the next one, Oscar. Look, we're going to mention, we did an interview with Soo Kim, the chairman of Star and Bally's, which we'll get to in a moment. So we'll flick over this one very quickly, but I just thought the headline was great. Just go up to the headline again, Oscar. Soo Kim, not one to mince words. described the woes at Star Entertainment in Sydney and Brisbane and the Gold Coast as the greatest bit of mismanagement I've ever seen. Now, this is a man who is in charge of, I think it's 19 casinos, maybe 20 now with Star, might be the 20th, or maybe Star's the 19th. No, I think Star's the 20th, plus lottery interests, plus online gaming interests. We're talking 3 continents in the world now. They've got interests in the UK, the US, and Australia. And he's described, and so he's seen a lot, and he's seen a lot of turnaround stuff, and he's picked up a lot of distressed assets too. So he's seen a lot of mismanagement, this guy. And for him to make that statement to IAG that Star was the greatest bit of mismanagement I've ever seen is a damning indictment of the management of Star. And for those who follow IAG, both myself and Ben Blashke have been criticising what Star's been doing and quietly praising and complimenting what Crown's been doing as the foil to Star, firstly under Kiran Carruthers and now under David Tsai. And I just think that's an amazing statement for him to come out and make. Just scroll down a little bit, Oscar. The context in which he said it. And yeah, he went on to say it's a generational opportunity. But let's not focus on this story because we've got the video with him in a minute. So let's move on. So here's the interview that Ben did with Chairman Tengco in Barcelona at ICE. And a great little interview. I think it's about 20 minutes long, isn't it, Oscar? Maybe just click the run button so we can see the time. 18 minutes, is it? 10? Can't quite see that. I think it's 10 actually. Or maybe the one with Soo Kim is 18 minutes. Look, I won't go into any great detail commentating on this because you can watch the videos, as 2,800 people already have. So please navigate your way to IAG, to asgam.com, find the video, or go to our YouTube site as well, our YouTube channel, I should say. And check out the video. It's a great interview, and we're very glad that Chairman Tengco gave us this exclusive interview, and he makes some interesting comments. All right, let's move on to the next one, Oscar. Yeah, I thought this was interesting. So Megaworld has now opened the convention centre at Mactan, at the Cebu township. I've been here. I've been to this. I've had a tour of it. Very, very nice. So you go to Lapu-Lapu in area in Cebu, where you fly in to on Mactan Island, where you fly in, and it's only about 10-minute drive, I guess, to the township there, the Megaworld township, Mactan New World, I think it's called, and they have a great little, very beautiful little township there, very gorgeous. It's not like parts of the Philippines that you see that sometimes are a bit underdeveloped and messy. It's kind of like I don't know, maybe like BGC or something like that in Manila. Very beautifully developed, great shops, great restaurants, great residential, great retail, and they've got this. They've got the Belmont Hotel there as well. And this expo is right sort of across the road from the Belmont Hotel. Just scroll up, look at the picture there, Oscar. Yeah, there's I don't know if that's a rendering perhaps, but that's roughly what it's going to look like. And they're going to be putting a casino right next to that, sort of in a triangle, the Belmont, the Expo Centre and the casino. Small scale, which is appropriate for there. A small scale casino will open there. I don't know when it's opening, maybe 27, is it? And the other thing is that ASEAN is coming to the Philippines, the Southeast Asian Nations, Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So all the heads of states of the ASEAN countries will be gathering in the Philippines, and part of it is going to be there, so which is very exciting. So that's very interesting. All right, let's move on, Oscar. What's next? And here indeed is the interview with Soo Kim. There he is. He had a lightning visit to Barcelona, to ICE. Perhaps you can run, let's listen to the first 30 seconds or so of it, Oscar. Can you play it? Yeah, I'm not hearing that. I don't know if everybody else is hearing that. Can we hear it, Oscar? Is that possible or not possible? Seems like it might be not possible. All right, I won't put you under too much pressure there, Oscar. Let's not listen to the first 30 seconds of it. If we can't, we can't. But yeah, great interview with him. How long is it? 18 minutes, I think, is it? Something like that? Can you scroll so I can see the timestamp on it? I can't see Oh, yeah, there you go, about 18-minute long interview, and quite interesting, and he gives his insights on what he plans to do at Star and what's likely to come, and what he's discovered now that he is chairman of Star, and also talks a little bit about how he became chairman, because that was not originally the plan for him to be chairman. The plan was for Bruce Matheson Jr. to be chairman, but in fact Bruce Matheson Jr. is now CEO, active on the ground, and Soo Kim is chairman. So hopefully I'll catch up with Sue when I'm in the US. All right, on to the next one, Oscar. Yeah, just a little story that came up yesterday. Crown have appointed a new CMO, Carter Bair. I think he's from Perth and previously MGM. So it looks like things are expanding there at Crown, and Crown are quietly going about their business. And as we've previously reported, they have had a profit last year, which is after 5 years of losses, and they're turning the corner. So good on Crown. Next one, Oscar. Yeah, just thought I'd throw this story in. There's our friend Jeff Andres, second from the left, and there's Armin from the part from Bellcorp, or from, it's not actually Bellcorp, it's there. It's I've gone blank there for a second. Just Oscar, just go to the story. I always forget Armin's company name, unfortunately. I don't know if it's mentioned there. No, it's not. Anyway, the subsidiary of Bellcorp that's the partner with Melco on City of Dreams Manila. Scroll up, I think Clarence is there too, Clarence Chung in the middle there, representing Melco as well. Chairman, I think he is, of Melco Philippines, and great to see Melco making a contribution there to the Philippines, donating, was it US 167,000, 9.9 million pesos to the PNP there, which is fantastic for Melco to do. And the PNP have been playing an active role in getting illegal pogos, well, we shouldn't really call them pogos if they're illegal, but illegal online gaming operators out of the Philippines. And so that's great to see Melco supporting them. Next one, Oscar, I think that may be the last one, is it? Yes, it is. It is. All right. Well, yeah, so I'm here in City of Dreams, Sri Lanka, of course, and I have, there's Scott saying amazing view. It is indeed an amazing view. It's absolutely lovely here. So some commentary on City of Dreams Sri Lanka while I'm here. So first thing I noticed, so you land at the airport. The airport, a little chaotic, but maybe not as chaotic as you might expect from a place like Colombo. And a very good arrival experience once I was in the hands of the COD guys. COD has a little desk there at Colombo International Airport, and was driven down by the COD guys in BYD, I think it was, a very nice Alphard-like kind of vehicle. It's about a 40-minute drive from the airport south down the west coast of Sri Lanka to the centre, the absolute centre of Colombo, which is where I am now. We're absolutely smack bang in the city of Colombo. We're looking that way. We're looking over to water. On three sides of this property is water, and on the one side that goes inland is city straight away. So it's absolutely magnificent around here. Wherever you look on this property, you see windows and views looking out over the water, and you see pool. There's so many pool decks. You see pools, you see restaurants. So the other thing was the number of F&B outlets. I think they've got about maybe 15 F&B outlets. I dined last night with Michael Habashi, who's running the place here on the ground, also Brendan Dobbs, who's running gaming here on the ground. I think a lot of people will know Michael and Brendan, a lot of people watching this broadcast, and I dined with them in the Indian restaurant here, which is called Indiya, Indiya. And it was lovely. Food was sensational, great Indian food, even though we're in Sri Lanka, which is not India, but obviously in the same ballpark and the same region. And it was fantastic. Look, there's some great restaurants here. There's a New York steakhouse. There's a French bistro. The place that I'm at the moment, the Crystal Lounge, you've got a great breakfast buffet, 5-star on the kind of standard you'd expect in any international 5-star buffet anywhere in the world. and a whole bunch of other restaurants. I won't go through and list them out. There's a Japanese. I walked through last night, a high standard sort of Japanese sushi place. Very, very nice. So the situation here is they've partnered up. Melco's partnered up with John Keells. Now, John Keells is possibly the largest conglomerate company here in Sri Lanka. Many decades established here in Sri Lanka with all kinds of industry. They own shopping centres and real estate interests in retail and all sorts of stuff. So big sort of multi sector conglomerate. And they've also got this cinnamon brand. So the cinnamon brand is a hotel brand, and there are various different cinnamon, this cinnamon, that cinnamon, the other. And Cinnamon Life is the top one. So the Cinnamon Life Hotel is in this building. So this building is 30 stories. And what's actually happened here is quite an interesting business model. So the Cinnamon Life Hotel is in this building below where I am. I'm sitting on the 25th floor, and then everything from the 25 down is Cinnamon Life Hotel, and the retail outlet and the casino is down there and so forth. And then from this floor upwards, the 25th to the 30th has been given to Melco, and so we have Nuwa, the Nuwa Hotel where I am staying. I'm staying on the 26th floor. And I'm just looking out over here, I can see the 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th floors on the building on the side. I don't know if I dare to spin the laptop around, but you know what? I'm going to give it a go. There we go. That's just up there, up to the top floor on the 30th floor. There we go. Managed to set it back correctly. And there's about 113 rooms, if I'm not mistaken, Nuwa. And then the Cinnamon Life Hotel has 600 and something rooms. So all up, I believe there are, or nearly 700 rooms. All up, I believe there's around 800 rooms. And obviously Nuwa's the higher end one, but the Cinnamon Life is still a 5-star hotel. Still very nice. I believe it must be. I assume it's a 5-star hotel. Must be very nice as well. And there's a whole bunch of F&B outlets down for the 24th floor down. So we'll do a story on this as a result of my trip, commentating on the offerings here in IAG in the coming weeks. Might be in the February, probably in the March issue of IAG, but we'll also publish it online as well and tell you more about what's going on here. So obviously it's an asset light strategy for Lawrence Ho. You know, he's leasing this space that's publicly known, and that's he has to partner with John Keells on that. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. In terms of customers, apparently there are a lot of Chinese. There's a lot of interests here, and there are local Chinese, maybe a little bit like Cambodia in that respect. A lot of Chinese locals who are playing. I went through the casino last night, after dinner, and for Thursday night, around 9 o'clock, it was reasonably busy. Apparently, it's a late crowd here. They get in very late. They were telling me last night they do their prize draws at midnight, 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. So it's very much a late partying crowd. And there's also some great sort of rooftop bars and sort of rooftop nightclubs here as well at the property run by I guess either Melco or Cinnamon Life. Not 100% sure. We'll put it in the story. So, yeah, that's my impressions. Look, it's surprisingly high quality, surprisingly 5-star. And we've even got a little video of the room that they put me in. Oscar, perhaps you can run. Now, it's a long video. We might skip through parts of it. But I normally, when on my travels, I post these on my LinkedIn. I post these videos of the rooms that I stay in sometimes, just so everybody can see the quality of the rooms, the different hotels around the world, different integrated resorts and hotels. So, Oscar, if you want to go to that video, maybe we can run that video and skip through parts of it, or maybe run it at double speed or something. If you can just cue that up, Oscar. Okay, there we go. So there's the entrance to my room. I'll give you a bit of commentary. So this was shot on my iPhone, of course. So there you go. Oscar's just started it again. Just flick forward a little bit, Oscar, once we get into the room. Or maybe it's, yep. So Nuwa. So this is one of their suites. Really, really nice. So powder room there. Just go forward a little bit, Oscar. We don't need the detail, but yeah, that's the powder room. Keep going forward. Maybe let it run once we get back to the lounge. Just go forward to the lounge. Yeah, let it run for a little bit there. They've got artwork. There's lots and lots of artwork of local artists all around the property here. So that's good for them to support local artists. Very nice tea. As I said before, Sri Lanka is famous for its tea. So there's some nice tea amenities, tea and coffee amenities in the room, but particularly tea. And then just let this run, Oscar. I'll flick around shortly to show the main lounge room. Let's just let it run for a sec. Yeah, so nice big lounge there with a table for 8, Chinese-style banquet table for 8, 2 TVs in the lounge. You can see there the Lotus Tower, the famous Lotus Tower of Colombo, view out the window. Just walk over and show you the view out the window of mine. No balcony. That below me is actually the roof of the floor below. Yeah, there's the famous Colombo Tower, the most recognisable landmark of Colombo, the capital of Sri Lanka. Okay, skip forward a bit, Oscar. I go into the other room. Skip forward. There we go. Yeah, so this is walking into the bedroom. Really nice bedroom, very comfortable bed, same view. Skip forward a little bit, Oscar. There's a really nice big desk there behind the bed for me to work at, which is great. If you want to take your laptop and do a bit of work, you can. There's behind the pillows there's a desk. I did show it. We skipped over it, actually. You might just see it as I walk past, maybe. Yeah, you can see a little bit. Anyway, keep going. Oh, there you go. There you go. Keep going, Oscar, through into the bathroom. And then you got the walk-in robe. And then there's my bags, my travels, and then skip through to the bathroom on the other side. Really nice, well-appointed bathroom with a huge bath. You get the idea, double sink, and there you go. I think that's enough. Then the 2 doors are obviously the shower, very large shower, and the toilet. No need to show those, Oscar. I think we'll stop there and go back to me. So, look, the quality is really, really there. They showed me the presidential suite while I was here as well, and the quality is excellent. So, look, surprisingly, and they mentioned to me last night that's the comment that they often get. People are surprised at how high the quality is of the property here. So if you haven't been to City of Dreams, Sri Lanka, do yourself a favour and get here at some point to Colombo. You can fly here from plenty of places. I flew from Melbourne via Bangkok, and that was about a 3-hour flight from Bangkok to Colombo, and now I'm flying on to the UAE tomorrow night, Saturday night, and I'll be in Ras Al Khaimah. I'll be meeting with the guys at Wynn Al Marjan Island. I'll be going down to Abu Dhabi, meeting up with the regulator and some other businesses down there, and then going on to Dubai. I'll be having dinner with Paul Baker and Olivia Bernard at Atlantis the Royal. Obviously, they run Atlantis there, the Sol Kurzner. Atlantis, there's Atlantis the Palms and Atlantis the Royal. And if there ever was a casino in Dubai, which I guess one day there's going to be, they'd be a candidate property for it for sure. And then I'll be flying on to London and having a few meetings in London, and also checking out the new Wynn Mayfair, which will be great. The former the former Aspinalls, sorry about that slip of the tongue. The former Aspinalls, now Wynn Mayfair, and then I'll be heading on for Boston Harbour and through the US and eventually to Las Vegas, where I will be staying at Crockford's at Resorts World Las Vegas, very kindly putting me up there. So, yeah, quite a bit of travel. And then following that, it'll be the Regulating the Game conference in the second week of March in Sydney, where I will be chairing day 2. And then I'll be on a plane back over the Pacific Ocean to San Diego for the IGA, the Indian Gaming Association annual trade show, the second biggest trade show in the US every year after G2E. That's in San Diego. And then I'll finally be back to Asia for our April MADs. We'll be doing a MAD on April the 14th and April the 21st, the 14th in Manila at a location very soon to be announced, and on April 21 on a location very soon to be announced too. So that's the update from here. Nice big long IAG Live. No Ben, unfortunately, for all those Ben fans. He's on a plane to Sydney, or maybe just landed, I think, back from Spain in Sydney. We'll hopefully have him next week. And that's it from me here from City of Dreams, Sri Lanka. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.